my name's Lara, this is Pucci Upholstery, and spend the day in my workroom with me as I make our most complicated shape headboard that we offer. This is the Medusa. This looks absolutely gorgeous and I really hope you like it. Right, headboards 1 and 2 are finished. Straight on to headboard number 3. This is our king size Medusa, which is probably the trickiest shape. It has a really drastic curve on both sides, and so it's really hard to get things not too distorted. Gets well claustrophobic under there. Okay, so fabric is a green poly velvet. I'm actually going to railroad it, which I explained in my last video. And basically some velvets you can railroad. Like the pile is obvious top to bottom. It should be going that direction. But essentially with choosing whether to railroad a velvet or not, you have to think about, would you rather the pile not be going top to bottom, or would you rather 2 ugly seams on either side? Stitching, especially a plain velvet, there's no pattern to like hide the white bits or hide the stitch marks. So when it's a dark colour with this white backing underneath, that comes through because the little fluffy pieces in the velvet come off when you stitch them and come off over time. Stitching it just looks really bad. And so the fact that you can just railroad it is so good. Now this velvet was folded, but because it's these poly velvets are really hard wearing, I think if I just get this stretched out tonight, tack it so that it's nice and tight, and then I think all these creases will just come out. It doesn't look like it's marked the fabric or anything. I think I'll just get them out with a bit of pulling. The rest of this fabric I'm just going to put on a roll, because velvet shouldn't really be folded. I always try and get my positioning pulls done on the square bits first, because they're kind of the only bits on the headboard that I can trust. Like if I was to get a pull on here, on this massive curve, then I'm probably more likely than not going to send everything out of line. And with these plain fabrics, you can't tell if you're going off, which you might think is a good thing, so it's like, oh well, then you can just go off. But if you go off, then your tightness will be different in different places, and everything is completely centered and everything, then your tightness will be the same the whole way around. So I'm going to get both sides in up to this first point. Okay, it's all looking good. And then these are just temporaried in. I'm going to try and get this circular bit done, because then I can get a nice pull that way. So I have to go a little bit deeper with my centre one. Before I take the temporary one out, I'm going to put my permanent tack in. Yeah, the cuts are only scary before, it's all stapled to the wood. When you're cutting just like blind and you can't even see the wood, it's always a bit terrifying, but from now it's absolutely fine. Rather cut short than cut too much. And as long as you're not cutting past your staple, then you'll be absolutely fine. It's really not that scary. This velvet is really nice to work with. It's really hardy. You can't really do such a dramatic shape like this with a really like flimsy fabric, because you've got to pull on it so hard to get round these curves. That looks good. So I need 8 meters of piping. They've gone for a contrast piping in a pink silk. Okay, so this has been cut on the bias already. I always like it when there's a very stark and there's a very obvious contrast on this shape, because it just makes it stand out even more. It's like the most dramatic shape that we have, so you've kind of got to go bold or go home with it. Hello? Oh. Looks really cool. Headboard is all finished. I think it looks really cool. These curves are just so beautiful, and with this velvet and the contrast piping, Like, it doesn't really need to have too much of a pattern with this shape because it's so dramatic. Really glad I could railroad it, because that would, with the seam would probably fall about there-ish and it would just look really bad. So I'm glad that it didn't need a seam. I really hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.